Hola, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kari, and I create faith-based content. I do a little bit of lifestyle, and we chat about life, just about anything. So today's episode, I want to talk to my girls. I want to do it's a chat with Kari episode, but I feel like I should call it a sister to sister. I just want to talk to girls and women in general, and yeah, before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment down below, engage me, invite people to join. Yeah, let's grow this channel. So I had promised myself I'll film this episode today, and it's actually around almost 11 or 5. I had a long day. I came back, had a few things I needed to do, and before I knew it, it was 11. But I don't like postponing or carrying forward like today's work to tomorrow, because that just kind of messes up my day, and yeah, I don't like that. So I promised myself I'll film. I'm filming it. So let's get to the episode of today. So I just want to talk to girls. I've seen how the world is, like changing in not a very good way. And what inspired today's episode is just realizing just how much a woman's body has been sexualized, and how much women have lost their dignity. Like, women have decided it's okay to literally sell themselves on the internet. You get on Instagram and it's just you are scrolling, and all you can see is just naked women, and you almost never see naked men. I mean, I'm not saying they're not there, but for the most part, it's just women either showing their boobs or their butt. I don't. It's a sad situation, and I don't think a lot of people actually have the mental capacity and the maturity to understand how detrimental that is. Because I don't know at what point we decided it's okay to parade our bodies on the internet. I don't even get it. Why are we selling ourselves out here? And especially when it's just like really, really young girls. You are 19, 18. Do you know how much stuff you don't know? I always say the best gift I've had is growing older. Something happens when you turn 30. You just see life differently. I don't know why people complain about getting older, or why people choose to lie about their age. I don't get it, because I feel like it's the best thing that has happened to me. It's like it's almost like a magical thing that happens when you get to that age. You get to know yourself, you get to learn who you are, you fall in love with yourself, you like who you are, and it's one of those things that you don't know until you know. So I want to talk, girls. Number one, stop selling yourselves. It looks cute, you might get the likes, the followers, the views, but at what cost? At what cost are you doing these things? Even the Bible says, to what is a man to gain the whole world and lose their soul? Nothing is worth losing your soul. And if you don't care about that, how about your dignity, your value, your morals? Because why do you think most men always say that, yeah, I can, like, I can sleep with her, but I can't take her to my mom? You're just good enough to be slept with, not to be taken to his mom. And maybe you don't care about that, but choices have consequences in life. There's no such thing as getting away with anything. In this life, you never get away with anything. It seems like you do, and maybe you might get away with it like for a period of time, but eventually it comes back to bite you. There's simply no getting away with anything. So, girls, love yourselves, respect yourselves, stop allowing the society, because I feel like the society define you. You know, just because somebody else is doing it, you don't have to do it. Just because somebody is, and someone else is showing their butt crack on Instagram doesn't mean you have to do it. Just because somebody else is exposing themselves doesn't mean you have to do it. Let me give you guys a short story. So, as many of you know, I'm a freelancer. So, and I remember there was a point I did have clients. And I was we have different websites for freelancers, you know, like Upwork, you know, Trurancer and everything. And so I was in this episode, somebody has advertised they needed someone who has customer care experience to work as a correspondent, you know, to reply to messages, emails, and stuff. So it had been written you'll be working for OFS. Let me tell you guys, I didn't know what that was. But because the requirement of the job, you know, like replying to messages and all that, because I've worked in customer care before I actually got into research. I have worked in customer care, so I could do this job, and it's an easy job. I need the money. I don't have clients right now, so I decided to apply. I applied for the job, but I didn't know what OFS means, and it didn't occur to me to Google it. So the person who was the client, the person who was, you know, looking for someone to do the job, reached out to me. You know, usually on the website, on those websites, they reach out to you on the website just for security purposes. You know, you don't exchange contacts and stuff. And the person asked me, do you have experience working as a customer care for OFS? Now, I didn't know what that was. So I took that opportunity to Google what it meant, and the words that came up was OnlyFans. I didn't know what it was. I was like, OnlyFans. So I went back to the inbox, and because I'm like, if I don't know. I'm just gonna ask. I told him I have experience working in customer care, but I don't know what OnlyFans is, and I have always said, ignorance is bliss, and I swear it is, because sometimes it's okay to not know. It's okay if you don't know. Sometimes it's okay to live in an ignorant world, because it's safer and it protects your mental health. I didn't know what that was. I knew that day. This was like a few months ago. Yeah, there's a story of a few months ago. And I was like, is that what now people are calling, you know, prostitution? It's like, are we just rebranding it to different names? We're just giving it different names to make it sound what? Better? No? Just renaming a problem. Anyway, and it was so baffling to me to realize that people are actually doing these things. Women are selling their bodies like this. It's such a sad story. Moving on. Another thing girls need to stop doing. Stop chasing men. I just want to give you the advice. Nothing good ever comes out of chasing a man. Never chase a man, because first of all, if you're chasing a number one, he doesn't want you like that. So are you chasing? Because when a man wants you, you cannot keep a man away. A man who wants you, you cannot keep him away. I'm telling you, when a man really wants you, he will move heaven and earth to be with you. He will swim across the ocean for you. Stop chasing men. This desperation of chasing a man like your entire life depends on it. Stop it. If he wants you, he'll come get you. If he doesn't come get you, he doesn't want you like that, and you are not losing anything anyways. It's a blessing in disguise. Let him go. Okay? Stop being desperate to chase a man, or you are the one who is trying to make a relationship work and he's not really putting in the effort, my dear, let it go. Know your worth. Because a man, never stick around to try and show a man your worth. If he doesn't see your worth, he doesn't deserve you, and you're wasting your time anyways. Move on and find somebody who's going to see your worth without you having to tell him your worth. Know who you are. That's why I always advocate for stay away from relationships and marriage until you really get to know who you are. Date yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Discover who you are. Have your checklist. The things you're willing to compromise and the things you can never compromise. The things you're willing to put up with and things you'll never put up with. Have your checklist. Get to know who you are. So when a man comes to you, he is not going to play with you because you know who you are. You have identified who you are. You have established your ground. This is the ground I'm on. This is the far I'm willing to go. This far I will never go. So if he wants you, he'll meet you on your ground. So stop chasing men. If he doesn't see your worth, he will never see your worth no matter what you do. He'll just take you for granted. If a man doesn't see that you are a gem, move on. The one who sees your worth will come find you. Just move on. Okay? Okay. The other thing women need to stop doing is fighting for a cheating man. When did we start doing that? When did we start doing that? I have heard women say that leaving a cheating man is like leaving a raining area because it rains everywhere. I don't care. I will leave because I will never go to bed wondering why I'm not good enough for any human being. I can't do it. I don't have it in me. I don't have the strength, the willpower, or the need. For me, infidelity is a deal breaker. You cheat, I'm out. There is no talking, there's no conversation, there's no let's talk about this, because what are we talking about? The fact that you don't care about me, the fact that I don't matter to you, because people like making excuses as to why men cheat. There's literally only one reason a man cheats, because he is okay with losing you. That's it. Because when you're not okay with losing somebody, I promise you will never put yourself in a position where you risk losing them. When a man is cheating on you, he is saying, I'm fine with losing you. Why are you fighting for somebody who is okay with losing you? Again, know your worth. Baby, stop. This pick me character, personality that has come up with. How desperate are you? And I get, we have extenuating circumstances. Maybe you guys have kids, you have been married, and you feel like you don't want to break your family unit. I get that. I do. I really, really do. I mean, I understand that. Kids come first. You think about your children. You think about, or maybe the man is the sole provider and you don't have money of your own. He literally gives you everything. So you feel, if I leave, where am I going to go? I'm not judging. I'm not. I'm really, really not. And that's why I always advocate for, as a woman, make your own way. Like just, you don't have to have a lot. Just have something for yourself. Either it's a career, whether it's a business, just have something. Have something for yourself. So that in the event things fall apart. Things fell apart. In the event things fall apart, my dear, you can pack and leave. Because you should never stay where you're not wanted. Because when a man is cheating on you, and don't ever buy them. People have been told, a man can cheat on you and still love you. I always say that is the biggest load of bullshit, and I'm going to even to bleep that I've ever had in my entire life. I said it, bullshit. It's just pure BS. When you love somebody, the thought of being with anybody else but them makes you want to throw up. And when you love somebody, you would never do that to them. So women, stop being, and this narrative comes from men, and women have actually believed this nonsense, that someone can love you and still cheat on you. I personally believe, if you love me, you'll never do that to me, because love does not hurt. You don't get to do that to somebody you claim to love. You don't break somebody if you claim to love them. I just don't believe that. I don't know. I guess that's just me. I guess I'm being a little bit naive. I don't know. But for me, infidelity is a deal breaker. You cheat, I'm out. You abuse, also out. We are not talking. Let's talk about other things. But if it's abuse, if it's infidelity, it was nice knowing you, but I got to go. I don't have time for that. I love myself so much that I have to put me first. I have to look out for myself. I come first. It's not personal, but I have to look out for myself, because when you're doing that to me, it means you're not looking out for me. So I have to look out for myself. So I'm sorry, but I'm out. Can't do it. I just can't do it. The other thing women need to stop doing is losing themselves in a relationship. Let me tell you something. When you should never be with somebody who makes you lose your values or compromise. Maybe the word is compromise. Compromise your values, your beliefs, and your morals. There are things in a relationship you should never ever compromise. When you start, because now you're losing yourself, you're losing who you are. You know what I mean? When you start, maybe you are maybe, let's say you are a Christian, you're a believer, and this person is not a Christian. So, and they don't believe in God. They start making you feel like believing in God is stupid. Like, don't you see there's no God? When somebody starts getting you out of your morals, your values, and your beliefs, you should never compromise those three things in a relationship. You should never ever compromise those three things. And if somebody makes you compromise any of those three things, they are not the person for you. You need to get out. Get out. Because you are going to lose yourself in that relationship. Before you know it, you are a broken version of your former self. It chips away at you bit by bit. It's just bit by bit. It chips a little bit, just a little bit, and then you wake up one day and you can't recognize the person you are. Never lose yourself for any man, ever. Compromise is okay, and it is actually a norm in a relationship. But if the compromise is about your values, your morals, and your beliefs, then that is not compromise. That is changing who you are. That is taking who you are, dismantling it, and trying to form somebody else. And that is not compromise. Okay? So never compromise those things. Never compromise those three things. You can compromise other things, but never ever compromise. But like, when I say other things, you can compromise, like, why you guys are going to live, how many the number of kids you guys want. Those are the things you should and will compromise on. Maybe you can compromise on who takes the lead in the house. You can compromise on those kind of things. But if the compromise is about your values, your morals, and your beliefs, please love yourself enough to walk away, because that is no longer serving your purpose. Now you are turning into somebody else, and you don't want to turn into somebody else. That's just my opinion. And the last thing, somebody who makes you not how do I put it? Somebody who tries to come in between you and your family, your loved ones. Because let's be honest, a marriage can end, but your own flesh and blood is forever. If somebody tries to come between you and your family, maybe it's your parents. I'm not saying the entire family. Some family members can be a handful. Let's stick maybe to parents and siblings. Let's stick to that. Let's stick to that small circle. If somebody tries to come between you and your family, please think twice. Think twice. Because this is someone who is trying to alienate you so that you are only left with them. And when the chips fall, you love no one but him. And now, because the chips have fell, you love no one. If he is trying to come between you and your family, walk away. So I just wanted to have this conversation, like a sister to sister, advise girls who are younger than me, and maybe those in my age, sometimes even older ones. Just, age does not necessarily mean wisdom. Almost always. Just know who you are, stand for who you are, establish your boundaries, stand on your ground. Let someone meet you on your ground. Stop being shaky. You move with the wind. Today you are this, tomorrow you are that. No. Establish who you are. So when you really get to know who you are, nobody can shake the ground you're standing on, because I know who I am, I know where I'm going, I know what I want. So either you meet me on my ground, or we just don't at all. But always remember, compromise is okay, but only for things that should be compromised on, not the things that start changing you as a person. You start losing yourself. Before you know it, you're just a different person, broken, lost, and confused. Anyway, I'll end this video at this point. Thank you guys for always watching. I appreciate you so much. Oh, we got to 50 subscribers. I promised myself when I started this channel I will celebrate each and every milestone, even how small, because it means a lot. So let's keep going. Let's keep going and invite people to join and subscribe, because like I keep saying, we have to grow this channel. Thank you so much for always supporting me. I do not take that for granted. I appreciate each and every one of you guys more than you will ever know. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.